There are many wonderful people in the world, and if you're really lucky, you find the right person for you, the person. Howie and I met on Match. I immediately was taken by his smile. I didn't even read the bio in detail. When I had my friend check him out, she mentioned that he said he goes to California every winter because he doesn't like the cold. She thought that might be a deal breaker, but I thought, if we like each other enough, we'll figure it out. So we did, and now we go to LA every winter. Howie is lovable, warm, and funny. He's taught me to see everyday things in a silly way. He can take an ordinary situation and make it laughable. Everybody who knows Howie knows that he's the best friend anyone could have. He enjoys going out of his way to take care of the people he cares about. If he finds out that a friend is having a problem, he'll call them often, sometimes daily, to check in. He's a support and a mentor and an entertainer all rolled in one. When somebody is coming to visit us, he'll find out what they like to eat and what they like to do and make sure to have it for them so that they'll come back again. But here's some things that people don't know about Howie. He loves to see the outdoors, but he actually doesn't like to be in the outdoors. He sneezes when the sun comes out. He loves a good movie, but thinks most movies are bad. In fact, he'll sometimes leave a movie just after watching the opening credits. He has a charming soft spot. He can get emotional when he's explaining something special that somebody did. And when he talks about his father, he often gets choked up. He doesn't like the sight of blood. One time when I was in the recovery room after having surgery on my toe, he was there to comfort me, but he passed out when the doctor took the bandage off. They actually had to rush him to the emergency room, fortunately right down the hall. Howie is credited for inventing the word meh. You can Google meh Howie Krakow, and you will find lots of articles attributing this to Howie. The icing on this cake, he actually loves to do the laundry, he washes the dishes, and he helps me make dinner. You really can't get better than that. There are many wonderful people in this world. There are many wonderful people in this world. And there are many perfect, wonderful people, oh no. And sometimes, and if we're lucky, this one for us is wonderful.
Happy birthday, sunshine, from all your family and your friends. You've turned 80. How on earth did you do it? We cannot comprehend. At this age, you're supposed to be mature, yet you act very silly. You've made it so far from Los Angeles to Philly.
Don't forget New York and Maryland.
When we go to visit Sunshine and Debbie, we know which foods we'll have the most. We'll start by making smoothies, then spaghetti, and in the morning we'll have French toast. Happy birthday, Sunshine. All our love and excitement is on display, but this poem has come to an end, so we hope you have the best 80th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yay!
Oh, hi. I didn't see you come in. I want to share a story about what it was like growing up with my dad and my brother. We would play a lot of games. One of the games that we used to play was called the poetry game, where you would write one line of poetry and then you would pass that piece of paper to the next person, and then they would write the second line, and so on and so forth, and we'd go around the table until you'd complete a poem. I want to recite a poem that is probably 35 years old, and yet I can remember it like it was yesterday. It goes like this. If I had an asshole the size of a cow, boy, I could really take a shit. It would be so soft and clumpy, I couldn't catch it with a baseball mitt, and I'd have to shove a basketball up my ass to stop the drip. And the reason why I can remember that quite clearly is because in my dad's house, he put it in a frame in the living room. So anytime we had dinner or walked through the house, it was right there, reminding us of our beautiful poetry skills. When I called my brother and told him I was going to read from memory the vulgar, disgusting poem that our dad had framed and put in the living room, his response was, "Which one?"
1, 2, 3, we call you sunshine, but we don't know why. Your name is Howie, yes, that is true. You have a beard and you wear glasses, and don't forget that you are a Jew. You You are smart and you are silly. You are amazing at wiffle ball. We love the way you tickle our bellies, and we're sorry you are bald. You are our sunshine, our only sunshine. You make us happy when skies are gray. We wanna tell you how much we love you and wish you a happy birthday. Hey, hey. On my 13th and 14th birthday, my dad got some recording studio time for my bands. So even though we were not professional, we got to make records with professional engineer and producer. A lot of kids have their birthdays at baseball games, pizza parlors, and bouncy castles. But my band got to record on Sunset Boulevard. That was my dad's doing. That first session, we show up and I'm a little bit nervous. And he picks up a big bottle of Jack Daniels that he brought. And I never had whiskey before. He goes, listen, if you're gonna be making a record, you gotta have some Jack Daniels. Take a sip. I drink it, and it wasn't Jack Daniels. It was iced tea. And I thought that was really cool because he still wanted me to have the rock star experience, but not drink whiskey at 10 o'clock in the morning. When my grandma Mary turned 80, Dad's mom, Dad threw her a big party. A lot of her friends came, family, food, a lot of fun. And the entertainment for that day was my band, Calm Insanity. And it was our first ever show. I was 12 years old. We were nervous, but it was pretty cool to be asked to play. And everybody in the band, we still talk about it. Grandma Mary's gig was our first show. To illustrate this, I have Mary's party. I want to compliment Mary, grandson, and group for playing. I have 3 grandchildren who have taken lessons for many years, since they were about 10 and 12 years old. But since then, they haven't played for me. My oldest grandson, who is an accomplished jazz musician, is too busy to play for me. Eva Glumberg. There are many letters in this book to Grandma Mary, but one is very important. So Mom, at long last, you admit to being older than 21. And what's even more amazing, older than your son. The party was a lot of fun in the planning, and watching you enjoy it was even better. Love, Howard, your favorite son. I like to paraphrase. So Dad, at long last, you admit to being older than 21. And what's even more amazing, older than your sons. This video is kind of a bitch to make. And you're kind of a bitch too. Love you.
Hey Howie, just want you to know that you have been and still are one of the most important people in my life. I will absolutely never forget all of the fatherly gestures that you made toward our group of friends. I've never seen you without just a brilliant, lovely, shining face. You are like a second father to me and to the rest of us guys. I love you, and I hope you have an amazing birthday.
Howie, it's Corey Danziger. You probably didn't recognize me because I'm wearing this suit. And the reason why is because when I was brought up, my parents felt that when you had the occasion of honoring someone special, you dress in your best clothes. And I have been walking around all day in this suit because it's your birthday. I can't think of somebody better to honor. You have been an incredible influence to me and such a wonderful, wonderful fatherly figure to me growing up. Even to this day, your friendship, your love, your support has meant the world to me. I'm honoring you today, but I'm honoring you all the time. I love you, Howie. You know it. All right, happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Howie. You don't look a day over 80. In all seriousness, when Jess reached out, let me know you were turning 80, I was honestly a little shocked because when I saw you a few months ago, you looked and felt as young and vibrant as I always remember you being. And that's the continuation of my book of you doing things always effortlessly cooler and better than most. I first had that realization, if I think back when I was probably 4 or 5, when you broke a mold for me, right, where I realized you could be successful and wear bowling shirts and jeans to work every day and have cool shit in your house. That being successful, put together, grown up didn't have to be boring or stuffy. A lot of what you did influenced me more than you probably realize. Now being a dad myself and looking back, I realize there's even more important things that you helped model for me to have a successful career and show up for your kids' games and make pancakes and cookies for them and go on road trips and, essentially how to be successful and be a great fucking dad and a great fucking man. While I think I've told you this recently, it really bears repeating that you weren't just modeling these important life lessons for me, you were also really benefiting me tremendously and doing a serious kindness to me by filling a pretty sizable father figure role for me when I really needed it. And so by virtue of my friendship with the boys, you were also cheering me on at games, and you also threw balls with me, and you also supported me in bands, and you took me along on some of those trips. And so I'm really forever grateful for you for all of that. Except for that one time when we were going to the mountains and the luggage on the roof of Jonah's Scout flew off on the freeway, and a very scary redneck who probably voted for Trump twice named Bear stopped to help us, and you offered me up as collateral by being his ride buddy. And I was certain that I was going to be the victim of Deliverance California edition, except for that. But really, to 80 really tremendously well-lived years, congratulations, happy, happy birthday. I'm sending much love.
Okay, take 32. So we've been asked to do a video about Howie's... Okay, take 72. We've been asked to do a video for Howie's birthday. And
sorry.
Okay, take 54. We've been asked to do a video for Howie's birthday, but how do you encapsulate 80 years of a life well lived in a 2-hour video? I guess we're about to find out.
not gonna be a 2-hour video, but Howie, you really have truly meant so many different things to us. For me, you've definitely been a proofreader and an editor for all of the kids' papers and essays.
You've been a positive influence and a motivator in all my entrepreneurial pursuits.
You've been an advisor and a counselor and an amazing soundboard.
You've been a potential business partner and always a brainstormer when I've got a question.
And most importantly, you've been a supporter and a cheerleader. Every time you come to the house, you ask me about my business, you want to see my pictures, the things I've been working on, and I cannot tell you how much that support has meant to me.
Howie, you've just been such a wonderful friend.
Well, actually, you've been more than a friend. You are a father and a grandfather and your family.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Howie.
Happy birthday. We love you.
Well, happy birthday, Howie. I've always admired your intelligence, humor, and your remarkable life. And may you live at least another 20 years with good health and happiness. My first thought is deviled eggs. I'll tell you about that shortly. But I also think of your wonderful sense of humor, your family, and your writing ability. I wish I had an opportunity to spend more time with you together when we were younger, but I will always treasure my visit to your home and with your father, my Uncle Sam, when he took me to the Lincoln Memorial, and he helped me look at that statue. Each side showed a different Lincoln, one strong and firm, and the other compassionate and warm. We also sat in the Senate with a Teamster boss who was being questioned. I can only imagine the stories you've heard over the years. Now for the deviled eggs. You and I have a difference of opinion of who was actually there, my father and me, or just my father, Uncle Willie, to you. As I heard the story, my father and I drove down to be with you at your bar mitzvah. We drove from Brooklyn, New York. The year was 1955. I was 11, and of course you were 13 when we arrived. Your mother had a table filled with food. It was a long trip, and I was tired and hungry. My father went to the table to get some food, including, of course, deviled eggs for me. Aunt Mary then told my father, Willie, the food is for the company. That one comment caused my father to never speak with Aunt Mary again. A Goldstein legend began. Fast forward to the bat mitzvah of my granddaughter, who was born on the same day as your birthday. in 2013. At her party, Carrie had a plate of deviled eggs with a large sign that read, "These are only for the company, not the family." Of course, the legend continues. I also have a comment on your toast to Jonah and Anne, your top 10 pieces of advice. And I can only recall 2 of them, and I've repeated them so many times over the years. They always get a laugh. Number 1, before you criticize someone, walk a mile in their shoes. That way you will be a mile away from them and you'll have their shoes. The next one might have caused Anne's family to question what kind of family she married into. This, by the way, was your number 1 piece of advice. When you give a man fire, you keep him warm for a day. When you set a man on fire, you keep him warm for the rest of his life. I will continue using those 2 forever. So thank you, Howie, for being such a good person. Thank you for your humor. Thank you for being my cousin. Happy 80th.
Hey, Howie. It's your cousins here. You know, the ones with the strong family resemblance.
We hear you're having a big birthday. And with these ears, we hear everything.
I don't think we fooled you. It's only us.
Well, we're sorry that we're sending these messages while we're eating, but hey, we're hungry.
Just so happens we were reminiscing about some of our most memorable moments together. Like the support and hospitality during Kimmy's USC days.
The fabulous Oscar parties.
Your revealing stories about the crazy Goldstein clan.
Sharing a fruit platter.
And probably your most memorable, the attempt to ward off the police with the ever-popular password, Shalom Aleichem, when you and Brett set off the burglar alarm. Good times. Here's to many more.
Well, we know your feelings about celebrating your birthday are, in a word, meh. But we hope you embrace this one as we all celebrate you.
Happy 80th birthday, sunshine. We love you, cuz. Hey, Joyce, can you pass the potatoes?
Sure.
Hey, Howie. I wanted to add to the birthday wishes today. I've been thinking a lot about what I wanted to say to you for this birthday wish. I thought, I could poke fun at you, very easy to do. I could talk about you coming out of the shower. I could talk about you on a plane. But when I think about our relationship and some of the great memories I have, a lot of it centers around the time that you spend with my students as part of that assignment that I give them every semester. It's not just the time that you afford them, which is so wonderful. It's also those nuggets of wisdom that you give to them that they can take forward and use when they're done in school. So I just wanted to thank you for all the time and that knowledge that you give them. When I first started this assignment, all the students were like, whoa, what are we doing? But word gets around, and now sometimes when I assign it, they're like, oh yeah, we're doing that thing with your mother and her husband. That's going to be exciting. Can't wait for that one. I heard it's a lot of fun. So it's absolutely something that I'm excited about and my students have enjoyed over the years, and I wanted you to know how much I appreciate it. Anyway, happy 80th. Many strong birthdays to come. Wishing you many, many more years of happiness and joy, and we'll have to do this again when you're 90. Take care. Happy birthday.
Hey, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. We're doing this thing, telling stories, telling jokes, in honor of you on your big day, but I thought I would take this opportunity to tell you some of the reasons why I am grateful for you. The many reasons. You've brought so much happiness to Debbie's life, and I love her. She is an extraordinary woman, and I don't know if you know this about her, but she's not always easy to please. It takes a lot, but you've done it. You have brought her so much happiness and joy, and for that alone, you bringing that to a woman I adore so much, I will always be grateful. But it is so much more than that. You have rounded out this family in such a wonderful way. My boys, they love you. You are a source of irreverent humor, which is invaluable. You talk to them like adults, and you always have, which is something they will always hold close. You've brought your family into ours, which is a gift. And you yourself have always been just a source of joy. Yes, you are cynical and sarcastic, and you curse a lot. But what goes along with that is so much joy. You experience life and you bring others around you in to experience it with you. It's a heck of a quality. And for me personally, you're tremendous. When I've been at a crossroads professionally, you've had a patient ear with important wisdom to impart. You always refill my wine glass at parties. And you have been one of the most fun people to bake for because you seem to really like what I make and you've been effusive about it, which is great. So basically, there are many reasons why I am grateful for you, and these are only a few. But I'm very happy to have this opportunity to tell you about them and to tell you how loved you are. Happy birthday.
Howard, how fast it all goes. Here we are celebrating your 80th birthday when only yesterday we were starting out, Bob, Pete, and Howard. Can't believe that we have known each other close to 60 years. Quite remarkable. But it's always been fun. We've had more laughs, you, me, with Pete. It's always been fun. Whether it was a Brown's fried chicken store and us losing more money out the door than we knew what to do with, and I possibly losing my home because I put it up as collateral. Whether it was finding this young actor, comedian, John Belushi, and putting him on film for almost the first time. Whether it was working with Joe Settlemeyer or Victor Skrybneski or Milton Glaser or Roy Carruthers or some of the absolutely best graphic artists, some of the best designers, some of the best photographers, some of the best filmmakers. We never suffered fools. We always swung for the fences. We tried to be outrageous and audacious, and I think that's still who we are in our soul. Older, but still no wiser, in that we're still trying to stretch it and drive it, and I know you'll never stop. So happy birthday to you, and enjoy the day. Bye.
Hey, Howie, I understand it's going to be your birthday soon. I thought it was going to be my birthday soon, so I was waiting for you to come over here with some cake. But I guess I was wrong, as usual. Look, you are one of my oldest and dearest friends, Howie. I think without you, I don't know where I'd be. I'd be in Chicago, using some press-type lettering, trying to get a job. Usually, I'm a lot sillier than this, but this is important to me as it is to you. We are both, well, I'm 81, although I look older. You're going to be 80. I know you were in your 20s at HBC, so let's do this again in another 50 years. I love you. I miss you. Happy birthday.
Hi, Howie. You are held in such esteem in our family that we have a stuffed bear and a real dog named after you. You've been a long time wonderful friend, and I wish you the happiest of birthdays. Much love.
Hi, Howard. Peace, love, and happiness to you and Deborah. Happy birthday. Here comes Pete.
Hey, Howie, how you doing? Big day coming up, huh? Big 80, golden, get it? Golden years. Well, let me tell you, I'm right behind you. September, I'll be that same golden age. And as a resolution, I've been doing a lot of thinking about what I want to do at 80. Actually, I've been thinking about it before I was 80. And I read about it, done research to it, and you know what I came up with? I want to do nothing. Nada. Zero. Not one thing. I want to sit, I want to eat, I want to drink, and do nothing. And
He's
just
doing
watch
that now.
the day go by. The sun comes up, the moon comes up, the sun goes down. I love doing nothing. By the way, here's, I don't know if you can tell, we'll have a short vodka.
Clink, clink, clink.
A little bit of Tito. Here's to you, pal. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And many, many more kisses.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay, I got to stop there because they told me to keep this under a minute and I've only got 90 seconds left. So, I'm sure your family, your friends, your doctor, your dentist, your car mechanic have been telling stories about your generosity, your kindness, your sense of humor, your intelligence, your love and devotion for your family. No surprises there, Howie. They all know you. They know you are one of the original good guys. I knew that the day I met you 45 years ago. So when Deborah asked me to contribute something to your video, I had 5 decades of material to choose from. And while some people might have difficulty narrowing it down to one thing, for me it was pretty easy. I simply chose the one thing that meant the most to me. And that was you being there for me when I lost Carol. Thank you, Howie. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for letting me into your life. I love you. But this is your birthday. You should be having fun. You should be laughing. So let me see if I can bring a smile to your face before I go. Happy birthday, Howie. I love you.
Okay, Howie, guess who? Here we are in your house wishing you a happy birthday.
And we're very pleased that you have let us,
Stay
use
here.
the place. It's very nice. There are a couple of improvements we're thinking of making.
One is changing the locks. Anyway, we're wishing you a happy birthday.
We are.
We wish we were there with you, but maybe on your 110th or something like that.
Have a great day, and I hope you're being treated well. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Bye.
This is my first advertising autograph from 1971. I'm still waiting for it to be worth anything. Oh, and happy birthday, John Swartzwelder.
Hey, Debbie. When I got your note with the subject line, Howie, I just knew what it was. I couldn't even bear to read it. I'm so sorry about Howie. I always loved him. His wit, his irreverence, his big heart, and frankly, because he liked me. I just want to tell you that... What? He's not? He's still alive? He's 80? Oh my gosh, I feel like I've made a terrible mistake. But this is great news. I'm so happy. To be honest, I didn't know people could actually live this long. Hi, Howie. Can you understand me? Is Debbie taking good care of you? But seriously, I always loved Howie. He was smart, he's funny, he's happy. He uses the word beyond a lot, which I don't like. But I am beyond thrilled to wish Howie a happy 80th birthday. Here's to another 80 wonderful years. I love you, man. Want a hat?
To the man of many words, I have just a few words for you. Happy 80th birthday, Howie. I am so blessed to call you a friend. You have been so much fun for so many years. We've done some mad things together. We've been in some mad situations and some great cities. And I just treasure all of those memories, from being burgled in Italian hotel rooms to being nearly run over by double-decker buses in London. It's just been so much fun. I wish you the happiest of 80th of birthdays. I hope it's a blast, and I hope that we get to repeat many, many things, silly things in the future. Happy birthday, Howie. Love you.
Hello.
I promise I am reading to you of my own free will, this message that I wrote of my own free will. My name is Blaine Lifton. This message is from my dear friend Howie, whom I have known since December 6, 1976. I am here to tell you, my dear friend Howie, that I have been kidnapped by a very vicious gang of tattooed Jewish midgets, and they are demanding a ransom payment from you, my dear friend Howie, for my safe release from captivity. There are 3 demands for the ransom. Number 1, the very vicious gang of tattooed Jewish midgets are having trouble with their computers. They demand that you, my dear friend Howie, show them how to keep from losing a Word document that, quote, was here just a few minutes ago. Number 2, the very vicious gang of tattooed Jewish midgets demands that you, my dear friend Howie, send them 12 pastrami sandwiches from Katz's Deli in New York City. Make sure one of them has the mustard on the side. Number 3, the very vicious gang of tattooed Jewish midgets demands that you, my dear friend Howie, arrange an audition at a local comedy club for their 12-man stand-up act called Jews That Amuse! Exclamation point. And as proof of their comedic talents, the very vicious gang of Jewish midgets has asked that I present to you, my dear friend Howie, the following birthday joke, which they swear they did not plagiarize. One way to find out if you are old is to fall down in front of a bunch of people. If they laugh, you're still young. Happy birthday and mazel tov to my dear friend Howie, you old bald fuck. And don't forget to pay the ransom. Sincerely and with love, the very vicious gang of tattooed Jewish midgets.
Well, let's see. One of us is turning 80, and it's not me. I've not chosen to do that at this time, but I hope that you've made a good decision for yourself in doing so. This is the 6th decade of knowing each other. And to think that it all started with your creating Screaming Yellow Zonkers back in the 70s. I knew then, and I still know now, that you are truly one of the funniest people I have ever met. And I'm hoping that your wit and your wisdom will carry you all the way through your 80s. In any event, Howie, happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful celebration. And a few things to remember. No one will ever think of you as a hypochondriac again. Your secrets are safe with your friends because they can't remember them either. No one expects you to run into a burning building or anywhere else for that matter. Your joints are actually more accurate than the National Weather Service. And last but not least, in a hostage situation, you are likely to be released first. Happy birthday, my friend. Let's celebrate by getting together this year. Love to Debbie. Love to all of your family. Enjoy. Bye.
Hi, Howie. Here's a photo of the 2 of us taken while visiting you on the East Coast. Who knows when or where or why it was taken? Where was Lorraine? Who knows when or where or why she wasn't there?
Through our 39 years of friendship, we have relied on you to be our ghostwriter and editor. So now have at it. Please write your own birthday greeting from us.
Thanks very much, Howie. Love,
Lorraine
and Ronnie.
44 years ago, we met Howie Krakow when he came to Miami and visited with his college roommate, Lewis's brother, Barry.
That summer, Howie and family rented a house in Coral Lake where Rebecca and I still live.
That beginning flowed into working on a commercial production, which jump-started our career as Howie did for so many of us.
It led to gatherings in his loft in New York City, shooting the Whitewater Rapids on the Delaware River,
hunkering down for 2 hurricanes in Miami,
biking down mountains in Aspen, Colorado,
exchanging short novel emails, and taking on Art Basel with Deb.
Then there were the sessions where we just sit and talk about everything.
carried by Mr. Howie's unique, wise, and hilarious perspective.
No matter the time or place, it's always a blast.
And a brain tickler.
To be with Mr. Howie.
We love you, Howie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Ow! Hi, Howie. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Am I at the right spot? Okay, here we go. Ready and
Wait,
take one. Okay, so when do I pan down?
Oh my God, why do you care?
Because I wrote it.
It's a rehearsal.
It's shaking. Let me hold it. I'm going to hold it, okay?
Grab my phone.
Thank you.
You knock that phone in the water, I'm going to knock you in the water. See your framing. Oh, your finger's in there.
Ready? You have to hit the go button.
How can I get the boat button? I can't even see it.
Here. And we wish you a very happy birthday.
No.
Why didn't you come in?
Start again. Ready?
Wendy, yeah, we've got to do something about Howie's birthday.
I was thinking that. I'm getting really tired of Debbie's nagging emails.
I think we've waited as long as we can. The problem is that he thinks he's so funny. And it's hard to say anything funny about him except that he thinks he's so funny. And the only funny things I remember is that dorky picture in his self-published book that actually looks more like him every day.
I know. But all of this catty talk will not solve the problem.
Well, it'll entertain us at least.
We can always put on party hats and sing him happy birthday. Do you think he'd like that?
Oh, I don't really know. I mean, I'm a good liar, but not that good a liar. He'll never think it was sincere.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I guess we got to do something, and we've already spent too much time on this already. So let's get ready. We'll put on the party hats, and then we'll just sing it like we really like them.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's find the party hats.
Got him.
You ready? And we have the horn.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Howie. Happy birthday to you.
We miss you and we love you and we can't be happier about your birthday. We're so unhappy we can't be there, but we wish you another 85 more. Wait.
Well, Howie's 80th birthday, that is quite the thing to celebrate. I don't know what to say because my experience with Howie was 5 million lessons, 1,000 million escapades, and a lot of laughing. It's hard to sum that all up. But one thing comes to mind, a Howie story of taking an everyday problem and making it fun. When we went to New York, we didn't have an apartment, we didn't have furniture, we had nothing. And it was 1,000 degrees outside. And you know what 1,000 degrees in New York City is like. It's horrible. We had to go buy a mattress. So Howie and I are carrying the mattress 4 or 5 blocks, and we're soaked. Howie's shirt is absolutely soaked. And he looks at me, and with absolutely deadpan delivery, and he says, you know, I'm only going to get 2 or 3 more wearings out of this shirt. And I lost it. I thought that was I still think it's one of the funniest things anybody has ever said to me. But it's so Howie that he took something that was just such a nightmare, such a bad moment, and he made it fun. And I love you for that.
I can't believe Howie is turning 80. I met Howie in New York City as he was moving from Los Angeles in 1992. So that would make it 30 years ago. I was hoping it was just Howie getting older, but me too. My ex-husband Arlen and I loved meeting him and his friend Sharon. We hit it off from the beginning and went to dinner after. He was a wonderful tenant in our NoHo loft on Lafayette Street. After he moved out, we remained friends, and a few years later, Howie offered Arlen a job as an art director. That was a bit telling, as art directors are partnered with copywriters and work in teams. But that didn't happen here, as Arlen was a one-man team. But there was a very happy memory during this time. Arlen brought our daughter at 5 years old to Howie's agency. It was Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. Maya asked me what to call Daddy's boss, and I said, Mr. Howie. Well, that name has struck with us for all these years. Maya is 28 and Eden is 22, still referring to our friend as Mr. Howie. It was Mr. Howie who supported and guided me and my daughters, Maya and Eden, for a few crucial years. He was our friend, confidant, and understood our plight with Arlen's demise into mental illness. It was Howie who knew and explained better than any doctor, family member, or friend about what I was dealing with. It was truly Howie's gentle nature that was not judging, that had compassion and a greatly needed sense of humor that guided me and my daughters through a time of hell. I was in courts, therapists' offices, finding lawyers and selling my loft in a real estate market I could not comprehend. It was Howie who helped me through all of these. He also provided a safe haven in Delaware where the girls and I could relax, breathe, and take long walks, and he did his best to cook. Eden used to have spatula sword fights with him as Maya would request his editing and her own writing skills. For me, he encouraged to paint, not illustrate, but to really paint. Howie was our friend. We were and truly are grateful to have him in our lives. During this time I met and fell in love with my husband Randy, another bearded Aries mensch with a heart and soul I cherish. Randy and I married, and we were so happy that Debbie and Howie could be there. They also came to my first gallery show in Connecticut and my first solo show in a New York City gallery. When Maya inherited Arlen's illness, Howie was one of the first people I reached out to. I was numb, incredibly sad, and in disbelief. He and Debbie both cried for Maya. And then Howie got married. That was incredible, amazing, and wonderful. Howie was paying attention. It has been long and challenging and a life-affirming journey over the past 30 years with Mr. Howie Krakow. I will always have an extra leap in my heart when he says, "Hey girl, how you doing?"
I was a clueless teenager from Minnesota. I thought when I first met you, who is this guy? You were like from another planet. You were funny, interesting about everything, and you actually talked to me, something my family basically didn't do. Thanks, and you've continued to do that throughout the years we've had together. You're the best. I want to wish you a very happy birthday and many more. We love you, buddy. Thanks.
Happy birthday, Howie. You're a fabulous friend. You've made such a difference in our lives, and we appreciate you so much. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hi, Howie. We're here to wish you a very special birthday. Turning 80 is a big thing, and we are so happy to be part of your life. We love you. We love your humor and wit and intellect. We love that you're rich, handsome, and an exaggerator. And you talked about in your book, what are your fantasies? And we just hope that you will make it happen. Your new chapter. We are really happy to celebrate with you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Mazal tov. You think something came out of this Mishigas? That is a stupid thing. How do I go now? When is it recording? When it's like this or like that? I don't know. Neither do I. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Howie. I'm Howie too. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Howie, wishing you a happy 80th birthday. And it's a special day for a special guy. Your generosity, caring, friendliness, empathy, and most importantly, your sense of humor are all of what makes you special.
Not to mention your intelligence and good looks.
Howie, at our age, time is an important commodity, but we always have time for you. Happy birthday. And this is not a meh birthday, so enjoy bigly. And from both of us, un fuerte abrazo. Take care.
I feel awful, truly miserable. Dear Howie, remember that small altercation we had a few weeks ago? You were bragging about how much older I am than you. I was trying to calmly but firmly correct you. You are my elder. Well, one thing led to another, and soon fisticuffs prevailed. I must admit that was a pretty decent left hook I landed. You never saw it coming. Nevertheless, I have terrible remorse. I make it a habit never to strike an individual who is 80 years old or beyond, and you clearly are that. I know. I'm a younger and less mature man with serious anger management issues. I guess I went a little berserk. I hope you'll see your way, do you still see? To forgive me. Our friendship means the world to me. It spans many years, and I consider you one of the smartest, dearest, funniest people I know. I look up to you. You're like a father figure. Please, let's put this little fracas behind us. Here's wishing you the happiest of birthdays and a terrific celebration with your family. Love, Jersey Jan Zeckman.
Hi, Howie.
Hi, Howie. Happy birthday.
Happy 80th.
We're not too sure what we're supposed to do here. We just got out of our pajamas so we could finish this. Anyway, what do we love about you? I was thinking of your smile and your sense of humor.
And your partner, Debbie.
We love hearing your comments on current events, movies, books. I think you're very creative.
We don't get to see enough of you.
Yeah, and we'd like to see more. So.
For sure.
Oh, and we appreciate the way you feel about your dad.
Yeah.
It's really sweet and touching.
Always tend to honor your father, which is great.
Yes. Anyway, happy birthday.
Have a good 80th.
All right. See you soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hey, birthday boy. Howie, it's great to be able to be part of this film that your wonderful wife had for you, and we're thrilled to be here. Unfortunately, we're not as creative as you, so what you're going to get is our love and best wishes for a happy, happy birthday. I love our friendship together, reading your books, your sense of humor, and it's been such fun having you in our lives. Both of us wish you a very, very happy and beautiful birthday because you deserve all that.
I agree wholeheartedly, and even though we are newcomers in terms of only knowing you maybe a decade, Howie came into my office as a new patient. I was his dentist. I'm retired now. Did you ever meet people that from hello you knew for a fact you were going to be good friends? Well, this is what happened with Howie and I. And although it took a couple years for us to finally consummate that friendship, when my wife went to Debbie's art gallery, Debbie recognized our last name. That was the start of a shidduch. From that point on, we have enjoyed both of you guys immensely. We love you. We wish you a happy birthday. And let's continue enjoying our restaurants that we love and our artwork, which we love. And I'm very fortunate to have such a brilliant man as my bud. Happy birthday.
We met Howie through our new next door neighbors, Karen and Richard King, back in 2005. We had heard that he was quite the character. And then one evening, I see from my kitchen window this big honking Cadillac. And out comes this interesting looking fellow in t-shirt and blue jeans. After that, we spent many an evening and got to know Howie and love Howie. We were so hoping that one day Howie would find someone to make him happy. And lo and behold, along comes Debbie Fine. And it just proves that every pot has its lid, and we couldn't be more happy having you in our lives.
And I agree with everything, of course, that Paula has said. And I just want to say that when it comes to relationships, this is my I Ching. The profundity in this book is testimony to the mind that Howie Krakow has. He is this remarkable combination of the salt of the earth, as well as as sophisticated a human being as I personally know. And yet he has this way of being kind and generous and thoughtful and funny, and he's just a wonderful person to know, and we wish him the happiest of happy birthdays.
Happy birthday. Love you.
Happy birthday to you. It's amazing but true. 8 decades have passed now, and you're still flying through. Howie's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boy!
Always generous Howie. He and Deb bid on a chef-made dinner for 8 at our house to benefit the homeless through Bethesda Project. It was pricey.
But soon, requests were being made. Would we consider making it a dinner for 10, so all their children could come too? Of course.
Then, yet another request sheepishly made. What? Would we consider using the evening for their wedding?
And David, being a judge, could officiate. We were thrilled to be asked. We couldn't wait.
Deb ordered the cake to look like a Deb painting. Songs were selected by Louise, the music director, for the entrance of bride and groom, Today I Met the Girl I'm Going to Marry, and Going to the Chapel, and I'm Going to Get Married.
Since it was a secret to the children, Howie and Deb made up a puzzle for them to solve. When they figured it out, it said, "We're getting married."
The men were given tux t-shirts, and the gals fake pearls to wear with their pink t-shirts. After their personally made vows, the celebration with a spectacular meal began.
We especially remember in Deb's vows, she said about Howie, she could always be herself. And that's the way Howie is. Modest, accepting, except for bad movies, loving, generous. What a compliment to be part of Howie and Deb's biggest day
ever.
Happy birthday, Howie.
Howie, regards from Griffith Park. We're lucky enough to have a relationship with you on the West Coast and the East Coast, and we hope it continues for a long, 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 long time.
Hey, Howie. I just wanted to say that now that my teeth have stopped chattering from our dinner outside at Pizza Mozza, I can wish you a very happy birthday. And as I'm told, 80 is the new 70, so happy 70th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Enjoy. Take care. We'll see you in Philly or we'll see you in New York. Bye.
Before I met Howie Krakow, girls wouldn't even talk to me. But ever since he gave me this shirt, I have to beat them off with a stick. They just can't keep their hands off of it.
Happy birthday, Howie.
You know how you always imitate artworks for me for the stand-up gallery shows?
Go back. I can't duplicate it.
No. I messed it. Please. It's vital.
There you go.
No, the original was better. Higher. Other arm too. Both arms back. Yeah. You can stop now. Raise the head. Slow. Higher. Smile. Well, one time you weren't there, so I went for second best. Your wife's pretty good, but she's no Howie Krakow. But Debbie took direction well and got better and better. Then I asked her to do this.
This is the only person I have ever kissed for the past year other than my husband.
Somehow my footage got leaked to the National Enquirer. I'm awfully sorry. I hope you both can find it in your hearts to forgive me. And very happy birthday, Howie.
There are many wonderful people in this world. And sometimes, if we're really lucky, we find the one person who is wonderful for us. Howie is that for me. Happy, happy Howie.
Cut. We'll dub it.
Happy, happy, happy birthday again and again and again.